Hi, thanks for watching. It's Budgie's Box of Water here. I'm still not dosing my Nopox. Things are improving and improving. It's no coincidence. The polyp expansion is massive. I've got growth back. Fish are more active. I mean, even the hammer you see on the right hand side of a shot at the bottom, which I've had for many years, is blown up to the size of a mini football again. Everything's just doing really well now, and it's motivated me back into my reef. I'm going to show you up close some of the corals that have improved since I stopped dosing Nopox, and a couple of the ones which are still requiring a bit of improvement. But overall, you know, even my friend that's seen it says, you know, your reef's back to how it was again, and he stopped dosing Nopox and he's noticing more growth. So even though this is a worldwide product that you read so much good about, it definitely zaps the energy from your corals. It definitely can have a negative effect on some systems, and some people could say, oh, did you drive down your nitrates down to zero? Did you? No, I didn't. I didn't. I've got accurate Red Sea test kits, which, even though they're a bit of a nightmare to read at times, and even though the syringes, sometimes the print comes off them, which is a real bugbear of mine with these expensive test kits, I knew exactly what I was doing with the Nopox. Also was dosing the reef energy, etc. But overall, my system's back in town now, and the fish are like, wow, you've stopped poisoning us, so we'll eat more. So anyway, I'm going to zoom in and show you some of the corals which I'm really impressed with. This donut coral has really started to open up again. It had closed up for a little while. Well, I say closed up, it just wasn't expanding as much as it was before, this meat coral, and now it's certainly back to its true self, and the coloration's coming through well. This Acan colony has got its feeders out twice as much. It's really plump and expanding. They're eating very well. I'm really impressed with these nice bright orange Acans, or Acans if you want to say it like that. You might be thinking, what's this guy talking about, because he's British, but whatever you want to call them, I love them. This Acan colony is doing really well. My buddy actually saw this for a good price and got it me. It's not long gone in. I'm glad I've put it in at this point when I'm not dosing Nopox, because it'll stay healthy. Here's my torch corals up closer. Expansion's great. They've just had a bit of heavy flow, which is why there's a bit of detritus around my tank, which is the beauty of being bare bottom, because you can really whack up the flow and it'll get rid of any detritus on the bottom. But it's just really impressive how they've started to expand again well. I'll give you a bit of a closer look. They're just all bunched together, whereas before there was a lot of separation in the heads. So they're back to being happy again. When I had them in my nano, this was how they were. Even though there was only a couple of heads, they were nice and plump and wide opened up. For a long time, for many months, I've not quite been able to put my finger on why my reef looked so tired, and it was the Nopox all along. There's areas on this bird's nest now that's really starting to expand and open up. The polyps are extending. There's a lot more fluffy green areas, and before it was just basically dying out, stripping. But now it's back to quite a fluffed up state. Up here is another SPS that I put in. They call that I think it's a fuzzy SPS. Porcelina, is it? My mind's gone blank. But anyway, it was a lot more pink when I put it in the tank. Now it's browned out a bit since it's been amongst the dosing situation. But now you can see, I don't know if you can pick that out, but they're starting to get little green dots at the top of it, and it's started to grow again, which is good. These two corals are starting to grow as well. I'll zoom in on that. Hopefully the video quality is good enough when I zoom in. I'm using my Samsung phone. But you'll see this Favia Coral war coral, is starting to expand down the sides there. You can just notice that it's starting to grow and creep its way down to the bottom of the shot. If I put it there, down to the bottom of the shot now. Haven't seen a massive amount of growth on this Favia frag here. I don't think it was getting enough light, so I've slightly increased the lighting and adjusted it, and it's looking a lot better. Now here's a polyp expansion on my trumpet corals. I mean, before they weren't expanding at all, and you can see one of them especially has got really big. Okay, onto the not so good. These, like this mint green chalice, got really exhausted and browned out a lot, and in some areas bleached. It just basically was really out of sorts. Now it's finally starting to get a bit of a mint green coloration to it in areas, so I've left it down there on the base of the tank and will slowly but surely raise it up again. But it went in there a beautiful coral. If you look at some of my old videos, you'll see it. It was up on the rocks somewhere around near this chalice here, which by the way I saw great growth on. You see the area around the outside, the more translucent area. That Favia is doing good. Now this is really growing. You see the growth coming around the outside there. This is doing really well. It must be getting a lot of par because it's right in the middle of a tank, but it loves it. Since I stopped dosing, it's really come to life, this maize coral. Doing really well. And you see that little mark on the, clown. There's a bit of aggression between the clown and the tang, and it looks like, as per usual, the tang won. So I've just kind of made sure I'm feeding her up a lot, and slowly but surely it's getting better. Let's zoom out again so the quality increases. But yeah, I'm really impressed. The lights are doing really well. Now that I've got the two Kessels on the go. They're 350s, so they're not controllable in a sense, but you know what? Who needs thunderstorms, rainbow effects? You just need to be able to turn the lights up and down how you want it, and as long as one comes on before the other, you've got a bit of a gradual increase so you don't scare your fish. And I really love them. I've always had Kessel, always will. Don't get me wrong, Radion, etc., even though they're astronomical in price, are brilliant for their controllability. I just sometimes feel as if it's not needed as much. And I've not seen anything that rivals the shimmer of the Kessels yet. Some people don't like it, but I think it's as natural to a reef that you're actually going to get, to be honest. The fish are doing well. The little Humboldt damsels are doing well. I lost a chromis. There's a bit of aggression as these damsels, it's a semi-aggressive tank, as they get bigger they're really starting to pick each other out. This little guy here, this chromis that you'll see, who's hiding amongst the bird's nest coral, I think he's been struggling. He's been kind of getting picked on a bit, so he's hiding away. Hopefully he won't be next to bite the dust. But I'm sure this happens in the sea. I mean, I'm not overstocked on my fish. I'm quite lightly stocked for the size of a tank. There won't be no more fish going in here. 3 little humbugs, 3 little yellowtails, 2 other damsel fish, which right now the name of them is lost in my mind, and also the clown and the tang. Okay, so I remembered the name of the damsel fish. It's actually called the neon damsel fish, also known as Allen's damsel fish. It's basically named after someone called Dr. Gerald Allen, who is recognised as the world's authority on damsel fishes. I haven't just pulled it out of my head, I just googled it on my Mac, and it was on Live Aquaria, so there we go. But yeah, I hope you think it's good. I think it's good. It's definitely improving. I'll do another update soon. You know, I'm just continuing with my water changes bi-weekly, keeping an eye on my KH. Since I've stopped dosing, my pH has stopped dropping as much. But then I recalibrated my pH probe and noticed that the reading I was getting was like 1 notch higher than what it actually was. So when I was thinking it was 8.2, it was actually 8.1 once I recalibrated it. I mean, it's been a couple of years since I calibrated it. So now my pH is going down to around 7.8 at night, up to about 8.1 in the day. Yeah, I'd like it higher. Yeah, I'm not going to chase numbers though. I'm not going to do it. You know, that's what made my mistake before. My KH is 7. Yeah, I would like it to be higher. People like to pump it up and increase growth. You know what? What I've learned is, after my many years in this, is go with what your water change brings it to. Because if you're trying to chase numbers and you're doing a water change, it's going to knock it back out of balance anyway. And then you're going to have to increase your dosing. So my water changes take my KH up to about 8, just under 8. So if my KH is going down to around 7, and that is the natural kind of balance of what my KH is, I ain't going to start chasing numbers and trying to get it up to 10, only for my water change to bring it down, because I've realised consistency is key. It doesn't matter about what the numbers are, as long as you're within the range that's recommended. You know, consistency of that range and of that number is key. The same with your salinity, same with everything. So I'll let you know how I get on, but I think that's why I've done so well in my nano, because I've done 10% weekly water changes, no dosing, and it was what it was. And I stuck to consistency of those figures. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you've learned a little bit. Oh, one more thing. There's a bit of SPS up there which is called a green slimer coral. I can't remember the other name of it. Could be some kind of acropora. Anyway, who knows what different SPS are. But it's starting to colour up a lot better. Let me show you the little areas. And you'll see the areas of the green. The more neon green which is coming through. This is browned out a lot. Try and get the other angle. There we go. You see the round the base just above the frag plug of it. That's what it was like all over. Now you'll see it's like someone's got a paintbrush and started to pick it out with neon green. I'll let you know in my next video if that grows. I think it will. Cheers. Thanks for watching.